Hello and welcome to this week's Sunday show. Now, this show is going to be an interesting show because I have one of my healing guides that is stepping forward, and that is Saint Sebastian. And I know that he's very, very interested in healing and has spent many lifetimes, one after another, all about how to sort of, about health and healing, and I'm in awe of his knowledge and his abilities. And he has worked with me alongside all my other guides with healing, and I know that he wants to specifically talk today. And I just before we go to him and connect, I just want to say, first of all, if you are interested in seeing any more of these shows, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell so that you can always be notified of what's, not only of the shows that I'm doing, but also what I'm doing and where I'm going and what's happening in my life with regards to the spiritual journey that I'm on. So now, talking about spiritual journey, Saint Sabastian is stepping forward, and he's saying to me that he's first of all, he's saying he's so sorry that people on the earth plane are suffering as a result of this virus, and he feels in somewhat sort of overwhelmed in spirit with the work that they are doing in trying to ease the burdens for so many people and protect so many people. But he wants you to know that we are working extremely hard in spirit, not only to protect as many people as we can, but also assist those people that are taking the journey home to heaven and to the spirit world, whatever you want to call it. And he's saying to me that he wishes that excuse me, I've got a sore throat. He wishes that he wishes that people would understand that our world is here to help. And he's talking about the angelic realm, and he says that whenever there is a sort of serious sort of worldwide problem, he always calls upon Archangel Michael and many of the other angels, and they come forward and they help him with all the healing that needs to be done. He's talking about the many healers that exist in this world in many guises, whether you're a doctor or whether you're a nurse or whether you do hands-on healing or whatever the healing modality that you use. He's talking about the many healers, and he says that he has great admiration for those people, particularly at the moment, that are working so hard. And he says that if he was alive today, he would be one of those people that would be working hard, because he says that he would only choose a life where he would be working in the medical profession. He's talking about some of his lives, and he's saying that one of his lives he was a surgeon, and he said that was one of the most rewarding lives that he had, because he would do sort of life-changing, life-altering operations and helped people survive their difficulties. And he's also saying that he's had, but it's not just been that life. He's been doctors, he's been a nurse, he's been all sorts of things, and he says that he also understands the power of food and the power of nutrients that is so important. And he's urging people to always think about eating healthily, and he says it's so important for your immune system to cope with a virus. And he says that if you eat healthily, you will survive this if you get caught with the virus. And he's saying that it's so important to eat healthily, and he can't impress that on you enough that this has to be done. He's also talking about all the various nutrients, and he says that that some people forget to consider the nutrients that we need in our diet. And he's urging people to always think about the vitamins and the minerals and from all, and he's showing me all this sort of colourful fruit and vegetables that need to be considered. He says that he has many conversations with God on a daily basis, and he takes his instructions from God, and God sort of says, we need to sort of, work here, or we need to work there, or this is areas where we need to be. And he says that he's been, their conversations about healing has been predominating by the coronavirus, and this is why he wants to impress on you that we have been, just working so hard to sort of help as many people as possible. He's also saying that when he chooses to come back for another life, and he's making me feel that may be on the cards, that may happen. He's talking about how this next life that he embarks upon, he feels that he wants to be an educator, and like an all-round educator of healing and health, and he wants to sort of take it from many disciplines in the world, like like herbal medicine, or chiropathy, or osteopathy, or surgeon, doctor. He makes me feel like he will be qualified in all of those areas, and he says this will be the only way that he would consider to have a life, because he feels that there needs to be almost like a change that coming forward to help people understand aspects of their health. And he's talking about that there are many ways to treat health, and he says that he wants to include and encompass all. Sometimes there's a need for a herb, but sometimes there's a need for a drug, and sometimes there's a need for an operation, and sometimes there is a need for bed rest. And he's talking about all the different sort of methods that can be applied in health. He's also he's talking about my healing list, and he wants you to know that he's very proud of myself for the healing work that I do, and he observes me as I do the healing every day, and he's saying to me that or he's saying to you rather, he's saying that he wishes to help people with the healing, and he's urging you to come forward and step forward and ask for healing. He says that God has made a promise to him that with all the need and the hard work that needs to be done in the world at the moment, that he has asked Saint Sebastian to be on the forefront of things to help various mediums and help myself with the work that we need to do, because he makes me feel that our world is overwhelmed, and I'm coming in now and I'm thinking, yes, it is overwhelmed, and he's saying that it is extremely overwhelmed, and we need to provide as much healing and as much support to your world as possible. And he makes that promise that this is his role, and he is working very closely with God with regards to that, and will always look to help mankind with the healing in any way, in any shape or form that he can. He's thanking you for listening to his words, and saying that don't forget that I'm here for the healing, and he's asking you to come forward for the healing. Now, so I'm back again now. So I just want to say that, thank you for listening, but also don't forget to subscribe and press the bell if you want to be notified of any future shows or anything that's going on with the work and the path that I'm on. I think it's going to be a very interesting path, worth knowing about as I come forward with new information about what's happening. So thank you very much for listening, and look forward to seeing you next Sunday for the next Sunday's show. Goodbye. And I'm just gonna